Thanks everyone for showing up today. I am Andy Carlson, and I am really excited to be coming to you today. This is an internal webinar. Nobody sponsored this. We just kind of sent out a couple of advertisements to our list and wanted to have you guys come back and really take a look at what we're doing. Before we dive any deeper, I want to say that second email that I sent out, I raised some eyebrows with that one, and it's kind of humorous to me, but I totally understand why. You know, the one that said, breaking news, lie, industry lie uncovered or whatever. Not too many, but a few people took kind of, I don't know if offense to it was the right idea or right word, or thought it was too over the top. So I apologize if we went a little crazy with our word choice on that last promotional piece. The funny thing is, it's just a few days ago, an email came into my inbox, and the subject line was breaking news. And I'm like, huh, it really kind of caught my eye, and it made me want to open the email. So I thought, okay, I'll use it. Anyway, what we are going to talk about today, guys, is every bit as important, I think, as that hypey email kind of led us to think about and maybe turn some people off, and that certainly wasn't my goal, so I apologize for that. But what we're going to talk about over the next 30 minutes or so in the PowerPoint is this concept of, you know, we have this desire to be successful, and most, and I mean literally most, 98, 99 out of 100 traders have this idea in their head that if I can just find the right trading system, you know, I can be successful. I just need the right system. And the truth is that it's not your fault. It's not my fault. I used to think that way too. It's not my fault. It's not your fault for believing that, because late night infomercials, you know, these pamphlets we get in the mail, all of these things blast us with that. They say this is going to be easy, buy my system, and look at all these other people who are successful, and you can be successful too. So the hype side of the industry has, you know, facilitated this huge lie that all you need is the next latest greatest system and you're going to be successful. And then, you know, so whether you got interested in trading because of an infomercial or who knows what, but then you found your way to all these webinars that happen, right? Ninja Trader webinars, broker webinars, this, that, and the other thing from the educators. And then the educators, myself included, through the years, then pushes that lie over the top by flashing these amazing looking tools and systems in front of you and encouraging you to buy them. You know, this is what you need to succeed. Well, quite a while ago now, we stopped doing that here at the Sniper program because it is a lie. It's not true. Before I go any deeper, guys, I want to do our due diligence here. You know, risk disclosure and disclaimer, we can make a lot of money as traders, and that's why we do it. But you also have to understand the risks, because they're very real, and you can lose a significant amount of money as well. So make sure you really read through that and completely understand the risk involved in trading. Here's our agenda. So we started talking about the big lie we tell ourselves, and that how the industry takes advantage of that. Once we get through that, we're going to talk about 3 reasons why traders who have failed many times in the past are now finding success with the Sniper. The other email talked about that, right? Then we're going to explain the Sniper Scalping roadmap to success. And these pieces fitting together, guys, this is the key. You need to understand, to have any chance of succeeding and becoming that consistently profitable trader, you need to know what all the pieces of the puzzle are. The trading system is only one of many pieces. Yet it's the biggest one that everyone has in their mind that they think they need for success, when it's only one piece. You can have the greatest system out there, whether it be the Sniper, I'm a little biased of course, or some other really great system in the industry. And you will still almost assuredly fail if you don't know what the other pieces of the puzzles to success are. And almost nobody does, because the industry is so focused on selling you systems. Okay? And then we're going to go to the charts and look at trades that have occurred over the last few days, show you a little bit what the Sniper's been doing, and of course we'll share a special offer with you. So here's the big lie we started talking about. If I can just find the right system, I'll be able to make money and I'll be successful. Guys, I call this the crazy cycle. Many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You go from one system, you work real hard at it for a while, then you end up going to another free webinar and you see something else that looks incredible, so you buy that, and before you know it, you've been doing this for 2 or 3 years and you've purchased 5 or 6 or more different things. Now, not everybody has gone down that road, but lots of you have. And I can call that the crazy cycle. It's time to get off the crazy cycle and stop believing the lie that it's the system that is going to make you successful, because it's not. Now, it's important. It's one of the pieces of the puzzle, but the system is only one important piece that makes up a profitable trader. Without the other pieces, failure is almost a certainty. And it's hard to let that sink in, guys. If you don't get anything else out of what I share with you tonight, let this, the big lie, let this sink in so you can get off the crazy cycle. Even if you never buy anything from the Sniper program, get off the crazy cycle. Understand that there's more to success than just the system. And find some place. Honestly, I don't know of any other place that puts it all together for you. That's why I think what we do is so special, and why so many traders that have been on the crazy cycle and tried so many things and not succeeded are finding success here. Part of the reason that is, guys, it's not because other educators that they're all bad or anything. It's because they're running a business, and the easiest way to make a lot of money, as quickly as you can, which is a good for business, is to sell a flashy system and sell a lot of systems. But to support it correctly and to support the trader after the fact is so hard. It takes so much time. We have a huge staff here at the Sniper program, and none of them do any sales. I'm the only one who does any sales, and it's probably 20% of what I do. So we spend almost no time on sales other than these webinars and a few emails I send out. We spend all our time on supporting our clients, because that's the only way people find their way to success, is to step through a roadmap of the correct path sequentially, and we're going to talk more about that. Putting all the correct pieces together in the correct order is also so important. If you try to do things out of order, you cause yourself chaos, and you cause yourself to have to go back later. When you have a plan, guys, wouldn't it be great? Think about that. Some of you have been at this so long, it's like going to be even hard to hear what I'm saying, I think. But if you had a step-by-step, literal, definitive, step-by-step plan, would you be willing to follow it? Because that's what we have, and it works. We've proven it. But it's not easy to follow, because people want to do their own thing. And this plan is very specific. We know what works. But so many individuals, they think they know, or they think they know little pieces, so they might follow part of the plan, but they don't follow all the plan, and then they wonder why they're not succeeding. So, if you've had it with what you're doing and you're ready to have somebody hand you a step-by-step plan to success, that if you follow it, your chances of success are huge, absolutely huge. But following the plan takes effort and energy and work. It's not easy. So here's the 3 reasons why traders that have been around the block a bunch and failed are now finding success with the Sniper. Reason number 1, they stop believing the lie. You have to stop believing the lie. You're not going to become successful. 1 out of 100 people are going to fall into a situation where everything just works, and they're just really fortunate that the system fits exactly who they are, and they're successful. But 99 people, the only way you're going to be successful is stop believing the lie that the system is going to save you. Number 2 reason is they started to follow the sniper roadmap. They started to follow a step-by-step plan that knows the order in which you've got to do things to be able to put it all together. First of all, know what all the pieces are, and then put them all together for success. And then reason number 3 is the sniper systems and tools are easy to assimilate. They've been crafted and designed to be very visual in nature. So even people that are not real savvy in, understanding a lot of how all these charts work and everything have the ability to understand. I'm going to share with you 2 trade setups today, and we're going to look at how they did over the last couple of days. And it's going to take me about 90 seconds to teach you one of them, and maybe 2.5 minutes to teach you the other. And you will actually know how the systems work from watching the chart. You'll be able to predict when the next signal will come from 90 seconds of training. Now that is visual, and that is simple, and that is really powerful and cool. All right, so here's the sniper scalping system roadmap to success, a high view. We're going to just go through it quickly. And if you really internalize what I share with you in this segment, whether you do anything else ever with the sniper program, you will have shaved an enormous amount of time off of your learning curve to becoming that profitable trader you want to be. The first thing we're going to talk about is the motivation. Why even follow the roadmap? There's got to be a good reason. Then we're going to look at a graphic illustration of the whole roadmap process. Then we're going to talk about each of the major steps of the roadmap process. Trader key characteristics, self-assessment. Guys, this is the number one thing that almost nobody does. Yet if you don't do it, there's almost no way you can succeed. Did you just hear what I said? Almost nobody does it. Yet I've proven, working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders, I've proven it for myself, that if a trader doesn't do this, there's almost no way they can succeed. And we're going to talk about that, what exactly that is, in a minute. Knowledge acquisition, we're always learning, right? Well, all throughout the roadmap process, you're going to be acquiring more knowledge. You never want to stop learning. Trading plan development, so important. Can't succeed without a trading plan. Going to teach you how to back test properly, simulation trading, live trading, and then summarizing it all up for you. So here's the motivation. This is a staggering statistic that 95 out of 100 traders who try to short-term day trade fail. It's absolutely staggering. If you talk to almost any broker in the nation, and if they're honest with you, which they may or may not be, most brokers have rules that they tell their brokers not to talk about this stuff because it's not good for business. But if you look at all of their accounts, 95% of them don't make money. And it's crazy, but it's true. Now here's the good news. Okay, there's the bad news. You're probably sitting there, well, why the heck am I trying to do this? But here's the good news. It's not nearly as hard to be successful as a trader as that statistic would imply. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not nearly as hard. I mean, you'd have to be a little nutty to try to do something that, 95 out of 100 people fail at. The good news is we're unpacking for you, we're sharing with you why that's true. That's true because of the big lie, and everyone starts to try to learn to do this at the exact wrong place. They buy a system and try to start to sim trade. Is that not what almost everyone does? You buy a new system, you try to learn enough about the system to be dangerous, and then you start to sim trade, right? Isn't that what almost everyone does? That is so wrong, guys. That is that is a recipe for absolute disaster. You should never sim trade, ever, ever, ever sim trade, or trade at all, live or sim, but I'm just saying sim trade because most people don't just go out and start live trading until you've created a trading plan, back tested your plan, and proven that it has a quantifiable edge. All you're doing is gambling. if you don't have those things. But most people think, oh, it's just sim trading, Andy, no big deal. I'm not losing money. I just want to play with these tools. Well, guess what you're doing? You're building all kinds of bad habits. You're creating all kinds of barriers and roadblocks and walls that you have to then tear down later. And almost everyone does it. Almost, myself included, when I started. Of course you're going to want to go out and play with the systems and start to sim trade. It's the worst thing you can do. So are you seeing, guys, how everything that almost everyone does is almost completely backwards? It's not surprising that that's why 95% of people fail, because they're literally going about it almost the opposite of how one should go about it if they want to be successful. And the cool thing about what we do at the Sniper program is we give you a step-by-step roadmap. You see exactly what you're supposed to do in the order in which you're supposed to do it in. Isn't that what most people would love to have? Tell me anywhere else in this industry where you actually get that. I haven't heard of anywhere, and that's why we're doing it, because we want you guys to succeed. If you diligently follow the Sniper roadmap, you will very significantly increase your probability of being among the 5% who succeed. Here's a graphic illustration of the roadmap process. You're going to be acquiring knowledge along the entire time you're going through the process. The first step of the process, and what we're going to talk about next, is the key trader characteristics. As I mentioned, if you don't do that, do it well, do it correctly, you can't do any of the rest of this right, and almost nobody goes through the time and effort to do this, and we're going to tell you a little bit more what that is in just a minute. Next, once you've done your key trader characteristics, then you're going to draft your trade specifications. This is your mini trading plan. So you're going to draft your trading plan. You can't do your trading plan right until you have your trader key characteristics. Then you're going to draft your mini trading plan, and then you're going to go ahead and start backtesting that plan. If when you're doing your backtesting you find that you have a trade specification that has a quantifiable edge, then you're going to move on to sim trading. If you don't, or if you make some tweaks or changes, you're going to go back to the beginning of the process. Okay, and then maybe you're sim trading and you stumble. Things don't work as well as you thought they did when you were backtesting, when you were sim trading. So you make a few changes and you go back to the beginning of the process. This is a constant circle, guys. The first time you go through it, it takes a little bit longer. As you go through it multiple iterations, you get much more efficient in it. So don't be, it's easy to get bogged down and say, oh, you got to be kidding me. I got to go back to the beginning. No, but it's not that bad. And once you get in the groove of it, each iteration is much more efficient and takes less and less time. We're going to talk about each of these stages along the way, so I won't stay here on this slide any longer. Here's the trader key characteristics self-assessment. Your self-assessment of the following key characteristics should strongly influence your trade specifications. So hear that clearly. You cannot determine what type of trading system, trade specifications fits who you are. You're unique. And I'm not sure if everyone believes this or buys into this, so let me spend a minute on this. Because if you didn't leave with anything but this, I think it would be of value to you. Guys, we're all so different, and nothing exposes our differences more than trading. Your background is different than my background. We all grew up differently. We all had different parenting. We all had different influences. We all have different psychological baggage. So when we come to trying to do this, we're all different. We all have different risk tolerances. You are not going to be able to trade exactly like me, excuse me. At least 95% of you aren't. There's probably 5% of you that are very similar to me. So the point of this, and the reason you have to do this, is the only way you're going to succeed is if you have a trading system that has been molded around who you are. It can't work the other way around, and that's the way the rest of the industry does it. They sell you something, and then you have to mold yourself around it, and it does not work. What we do here is the exact opposite. We help you figure out who you are and then we take these robust, incredible systems, the sniper scalping systems that have been designed with the ability to be robust and with the ability for you to be able to mold them around who you are. That's the only way it works. So here's some of the different things that you got to figure out about yourself. How good are you at pattern recognition and anticipation? How's your creativity and your experimentation level? How about your information absorption and reaction time? How patient are you? How disciplined are you? Listen, we all have a different baseline in these areas. And it doesn't mean you can't, where you start isn't where you're going to finish. You can become more disciplined. You can become more patient. You can get better at pattern recognition. But you need to know where you are in the beginning, because you're not going to have any chance of trading certain types of systems successfully if you're bad at pattern recognition. Or if you have no patience whatsoever, you're not going to be able to trade a system that only has 2 or 3 trades a day. It'll never work. You need a system that trades more, so you're not forced to be as patient because you're not good at being patient. Okay, and it doesn't mean you can't become more patient, but if you're trying to change who you are to fit a system, it does not work. That's why 95% of people fail. Risk aversion and acceptance, trader experience and knowledge level, time available for trading and study and training, account size. In the 90 Days to Success program, we show clients exactly how to do this self-assessment. So when you become part of the Sniper family and you get started with the 90 Days to Success course, this Trader Key Characteristics comes up very quickly. I think it's the 3rd session in the course. Throughout the whole course, we give homework assignments each step of the way. And you submit your homework assignment, and we review it, and then get back to you with suggestions and feedback and suggestions. Almost no one passes the Key Trader Characteristics section on their first try. Almost no one. You know, even when we lay it out for you and teach you how to do it, it's still hard to do it correctly because it's hard to be introspective. It's hard to really look in and to understand yourself. Most traders have to send it back to us 2, 3, even 4 times before they get signed off to be able to move on to the next step. Guys, we take this seriously. We put tons of effort in to make sure you are doing this right. And here's the deal. Not everyone who purchases the Sniper program puts in that effort. Not everyone does all the homework, you know. We can't control that. But the people that want to follow the roadmap the way we've designed it, we are all in to support you. And you are going to have a great chance of succeeding if you do. And for those that don't, you know what? You have a better than average chance of succeeding because of how great the Sniper systems are. But of course, I encourage you to follow the roadmap. Knowledge acquisition. In addition to Trader Key Characteristics and in preparation for developing a trading plan, backtesting and simulation trading, there's 4 critical areas that you're going to need to master. And these are the 4 key areas. Trade specifications. What are they? What's supposed to be included in a trade specification, and how the heck do I put it together? You need to learn how to do that. Okay, you need to acquire knowledge on your systems, your indicators, and your tools. You got to learn everything there is to know about them to be able to then know which trades, what's going to fit into the trade specifications and so on. Trade management, position sizing, and account management. Okay, these are 4 huge areas you have to acquire knowledge on. During the 90 Days to Success program, we devote many, many training sessions on these topics to help you guys gain the knowledge you need to. Trading plan development. The more consistent our trade specifications are with our correct assessment of our own personal key characteristics, the higher probability of success. We cannot backtest correctly without a complete trade specification. Without correct backtesting, all we're doing is gambling. Therefore, we need a trading plan, which includes our self-assessment of our key characteristics and our trading specifications at a very minimum. That's the level of trading plan that we need for the 90 Days to Success program. Later, we can improve on that and add complete business plan elements. Guys, I hope you can start to see how these pieces all fit together and how they have to be done in the correct order for you to have the ability to get to the end desired result, which is becoming that consistently profitable trader. Backtesting. Backtesting is how we determine whether each trade specification has a statistical edge. If we don't backtest, it's like an amateur going to a casino. The house is going to always win over time. We must analyze a sufficiently large and diverse enough sample of trades that completely fit our exact specifications to be confident that our trade specifications has an acceptable statistical edge. During the 90 Days to Success program, we're going to teach you guys how to backtest manually. Most people think they know how, but don't necessarily do it right, so that's important. Use market replay for multiple time frame indicators. Market replay is such a powerful tool. It's awesome. Record keeping. Almost every successful trader you run into is a good record keeper, tracking their trades and all the different elements. We're going to work with you on that. Generating a performance profile, making tradability decisions, all part of the backtesting phase. Simulation trading. Before you put your hard-earned money at risk, trade your new or revised trade specification on a simulator for at least 2 weeks. I strongly suggest 4 weeks. If it achieves profitability 4 out of the 5 days a week, as predicted by your backtesting, then you can begin to cautiously live trade it. If it does not, then guess what? You go back to the beginning of the process and rework your plan. I have an additional rule that says if that one losing day, you also have to keep to a reasonable max down level. You know, you can't go making money 4 days and then giving all that money back on the 5th day. So you have to have a reasonable max down limit. Live trading. Keep good statistics and monitor your actual results versus your trading plan. See if there's any significant variance. Perform a root cause analysis, if you see any significant variance. So if you're starting to live trade and the live trading doesn't line up with your sim trading, perform a root cause analysis. Figure out what's different, what changed, why am I not seeing the same results. If during your live trading you want to make a change, you want to tweak things here or there, before you do, go through the roadmap again. And in the beginning, it can be a teeny bit intimidating, but like I said, it becomes second nature and you get very efficient at going through the process. And here's our nice little graphic illustration. We start with assessing our key trader characteristics, then we draft and update our trade specification. We move on to back testing. If we make any changes, we head back. If we don't, we move on to sim trading. If we make any changes, we head back. If we don't, we move on to live trading. When we're live trading, if we notice any changes, we head back through the process again. And guys, this is it. This is success boiled down on a page. And this is why we're doing it, guys. Because what you've been doing for most of you, I mean, in an audience this live, I know we got some successful traders out there, and you're just looking to find a way to increase your edge. And I think you're going to see something that hopefully maybe excites you a little bit when you take a look at some of the activity from the last couple of days we're going to start looking at in a few minutes here. But for those of you that are not yet consistently profitable trader, the reason this is important is because you're in that 95% group. You know, one of the best definitions of insanity that I've heard, I know you guys have heard it too, is keep doing what you're doing and expecting different results. Do something different, guys. Follow a roadmap that has step-by-step plan that you can see to help you become successful, okay? We want to help you be one of the 5%. So let's just quickly look at the special offers. First and foremost, guys, if I've piqued your interest at all, make sure you're signing up for a 5-day free trial, okay? Tomorrow, I'm not going to be in the room all day, so don't bother coming tomorrow. Start your free trial on Monday if you're able. If you're not able to come, you know, starting Monday and you want to do it another week, that's okay. But definitely, you know, take advantage of it. Become part of the free trial. Rodney has posted links for FT stands for free trial, and the other RVS stands for our video recap series. So maybe you kind of like what you see, but you're not interested enough for the free trial right away, at least sign up for the recap series. So when we do a recap, we usually do 1 or 2 a week. We'll send that out to you, and you can, just kind of watch in on us from afar, if you will. Here's a couple of special offers just for this event. If you, and we're not looking for you to necessarily move forward in the next 10 minutes, but if you move forward by May 17th, which is next Friday, so you can come to a free trial and then make your choice, you're going to save you $1,600. Okay, the standard sniper costs about $4 grand one-time purchase, but you can save $1,600 if you move forward by the end of your free trial, and save $100 on the monthly lease. Now the thing about the lease, guys, is it's great, right? Because you can get started and get all this huge value for such a ridiculously small price. You get access to all the training. Listen, we put our money where our mouth is by giving you access to everything up front for just one small monthly lease payment. This incredible 90 Days to Success course, the entire course could easily be, worth $5-6 grand. You get it all basically for $299 because you sign up, you can go through the whole doggone course in that first month. The only reason I would be willing to do that is because I've proven that most people stick around. Now, not everybody, but the vast majority of people that get started with a lease payment, they either stick with the lease because that just works for their payment schedule, or in month 2 or 3 they end up purchasing because obviously they don't want to keep making a lease payment when they know they want to own the systems. So we put our money where our mouth is by letting you guys get started for a really, low amount if that fits your budget better. Now, if you're sitting here and you like what you see and you want to get started with this, this is for you, for the first 5 traders that move forward, we're going to throw in a $2,500 bonus. Last year we did a live seminar in Las Vegas, and we have that seminar on DVD, and we sell that on our website for $2,500. For the first 5 traders that decide to move forward with the one-time purchase option, we're going to give that to you for free. We've sold tons of copies of this for $2,500. You can have it for free. Here's the deal. There's a ton of amazing training on there from me and from Jay, our executive VP, but the guy who stole the show was one of your peers, just a regular everyday sniper owner. We had Scott, an incredibly successful sniper owner, come and give 3 90-minute presentations on sharing and teaching exactly how he achieves $1,500 to $2,000 almost every single day he sits down at the computer using these tools. He shared his trading plan. I mean, he laid it all out there. It's pretty special and pretty cool. And while a lot of the other stuff that's on the in the DVD is also incredibly valuable, there's no doubt that Scott stole the show. So that's available for free, guys, for those that move forward, or the first 5 traders that move forward. Let's see. How would we know if we wanted to use a sniper system? We have been told nothing about it. Well, we're getting there, Rich. Are you ready? I wanted to get there, and then we'll spend the rest of our time on the charts. So here's the deal, guys. Write down my email, write down some of this information. I'll pause here for about 20 seconds, and then I will move on. We're getting to the fun part. I consider what we just went through to be the most important part, and the part that's really going to make a difference for you guys. But now we're getting to the part that is a lot of fun. All right. So, you guys, can I get a check, Rodney, on the chart? Make sure the chart came over and you can see my crude oil chart well. So what we're going to do for our remaining time here is go through yesterday and today's price action. This is yesterday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's generally when I start trading. Personally, is around 7:30 a.m., so I usually start looking at charts around then. And I got to give you guys a couple of pointers, okay? There are 2 different trade setups we're going to look at. One is the trade setup called the Pulse Extreme Line Cross, and that it generates these arrows, this blue arrow, red arrow, blue arrow, red arrows, blue arrow, red arrow, okay, the arrows. The other system we're going to look at generates dots and diamonds, and that's our standard sniper signal right here, standard sniper, right there, standard sniper, standard sniper. So the first time through the charts, I want you to only look at the arrows. We'll come back to the dots and diamonds later, okay? The first time through the charts, we're only going to look at the pulse extreme line cross trades. And the first thing I want to do is teach the trade setup to you in 90 seconds, like I mentioned I would. And then the second thing I want to do is tell you about two rules, okay? We lead the sniper systems and tools in a very robust manner, and you're going to see as we go through these charts, they're very, very good in their robust nature. But we don't teach dumb robot at the ATW. We don't believe that it works for short-term trading. If there was a dumb robot that worked in short-term trading, everyone would have it and want it. And I'm not saying that it can't work for periods of time, you know, here and there, but over the long haul, it doesn't work. You need to learn to become a trader and create your own plan. A brain can always do better than a computer, than a robot. So here's the deal. We encourage you to create a trade specification. So I'm going to outline a really basic two-rule trade specification for the pulse extreme line cross setup. So basically, we're going to want the action line sloping in our favor. That's one rule. Okay, that's this line here that's gold and then turns black and then gray and then gold. We're going to want that sloping in our favor, even if it's just a little, that's fine. And then the number 2 rule, and I'll explain this more in a bit, is I want to have at least 19 bars in between each signal. So if I get one signal and then I get another signal closer than 19 bars, that signal is disqualified. Now applying that filter does eliminate some good trades, but it also eliminates all the chop. Okay, you saw over here, there are other ways to eliminate chop too. This doesn't happen too often, but there are occasional times we get into this choppy stuff and you have a signal this way, signal that way, signal this way, signal that way, and that's no fun. So one very easy way to eliminate all that chop is say I'm only going to take another signal if it's at least 19 bars away from the signal that I just took or more. There are a lot of other ways that we teach that work also, but the 19-bar rule is the easiest, so that's what we'll focus on now. So here you can start your 90-second stopwatch. Are you ready to learn the pulse extreme line cross system? Down here is the pulse extreme indicator. You see this line that goes through the pulse extreme indicator, and it's up in the colored area here, and then it crosses over the white gap into the gray area. That generates the signal. Okay, you see that line when it's up in the colored area. When it crosses over that white gap and gets to the second gray line or lower, and we have a down close price bar, the signal fires. Boom. So the line is up in the colored area, it crosses over the white gap, gets to the gray area, signal fires. It's in the gray area, it crosses over the white gap to the colored area, signal fires. It's in the colored area, crosses over the white gap to the gray area, signal fires. That's less than 90 seconds. Can you guys see that? Is that hard to assimilate? Do you think knowing that knowledge you could watch this line in this indicator and kind of anticipate when the next trade was going to come? You know, the answer I get from most people is yes. You know, very visual. All of our systems are very visual in nature, so they're easy to assimilate. So that's the basics of the system. I personally like to use a 8-tick stop and a 6-tick profit target, but then I generally trail my stop, so my average loss ends up being 4 to 5 ticks, and my average winner, I usually start with a 6-tick, and then if the last few days, our market conditions have been not quite as high flying as we've seen the last 3 to 4 weeks. When the market's really moving, I go for 8 to 10 tick profit target number ones. But when it's a little slower, I'll go for a 6. So we'll just say 6 today. So that you can keep that in mind for those of you that like to, know stops and profit targets and stuff. But notice how many of these trades have a lot bigger wins available, than just 6 ticks. So let's talk about the 2 rules again. Okay, rule number 1 is you want the action line sloping in your favor at least a little bit. So the signal fires here, the action line is sloping up a little bit. Sometimes the signal will fire when the action line is going in the opposite direction. Not too often, but sometimes. So those trades we're not going to count. Okay, this sell, the action line is just starting to slope down a little bit. Okay, so let's go through the trades now. We're only looking at the arrow trades. We're going to come back later and talk about the dots. Okay, so signal number 1 fires after 7:30. We're long, boom, huge win available. Signal number 2 fires. Remember, the black line here crosses over the white gap to the gray area. Fires just after 8:19 or so. Short, nice winner. More than 19 bars. If we're ever close to 19 bars, I'll count it for you, okay? But more than 19 bars between these 2 trades, the line crosses from the colored area or from the gray area to the colored area, boom, long winner, okay? And now we get a sell signal, but the reason we're not going to execute it would have been a losing trade. The reason we're not going to take it, though, is it's less than 19 bars. You ready? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's the 12th or 13th bar. So we're not taking those signals. Now this buy trade would have been a nice winner, but we're not going to take that out. We're not going to take that either using the 9-bar rule. So you will, 19-bar rule, you will eliminate some nice winning trades using the 19-bar rule, but it really simplifies the chop, and overall it's a good rule to use for beginners. So we got our pulse line up here in the colored area, crosses over the white gap to the gray area, boom. Also, by the way, we have an indicator that tells you exactly where to place your order when this signal is going to fire. So you don't have to think in your head, you don't have to calculate math or figure it out. The number plus right on the screen for you says place a sell stop limit order at this price. Okay, so we really make it easy for you. Short, nice winner. It doesn't look like a lot, but there's 10, 12 ticks available in that trade. And this one's pretty close. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's exactly 19 bars between this buy trade. That was the closest one. But that qualifies, and you can see the black line crosses over the white gap into the colored area. Boom, long winner. This trade does not qualify because it's not 19 bars. It's actually, I think, 17 or 18 bars. It's pretty close, but not 19. I'll count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I might have missed a bar. 17, I think it is. So it's close, but not quite. So no trade. And then obviously this is close. No trade, no trade, no trade. And you see how you just completely, no stress, you just know that you're not interested in any of these trades. Now you do miss a couple of wins in here. This short would have been a winner. This long would have been a winner. But I don't know about you. To eliminate the stress of having to figure out, there are more complicated ways that you can determine whether you should take them or not that would have had you be able to at least take this winner, if not this one too. But I don't know, just an easy 19-bar rule to eliminate all that craziness is pretty good for me. Okay, we're going to come look at the standard snipers in a little bit. Now this sell right here, why are we not going to take that sell right there? That's an arrow. Let me get that off of there. Because the action line is not sloping down at all, not even a little bit. The action line is actually up or flat. No action line confirmation, so there's no trade there. And then we got other trade signals that are really close. Those are all disqualified. Okay. This price action happened very quickly right around the 10:30 crude oil inventory reports. You never want to trade right on top of or inside of the crude oil inventory reports. So these are all no trades because of that reason. We're far enough after the crude oil inventory reports is like a start over. So once I'm 45 seconds to a minute after the crude oil inventory reports, I don't have to be 19 bars from it. because I know the price action is going to be moving. So this is a valid trade right here for a win. This trade, however, is not 19 bars, no trade. And here's a really nice trade that gets missed, because of the 19-bar rule. So we're going to sacrifice some good ones. Way more than 19 bars. We get our black line here over the white gap to the colored area. We're long. Boom. Easy winner. Okay. Our next trade, more than 19 bars, it's a re-entry. We never got short, but we did get re-qualified by getting down to the white area. Another signal long. Boom. Winner. More than 19 bars. We get a nice sell. The black lines in the colored area crosses over the white gap. Boom. Short. Winner. We're going to count up the number of wins and losses. This is still yesterday. This is still yesterday, so I'm going to start to move a little quicker now. Black line crosses over the white gap to the colored area. Long. Winner. Let's count this one. I don't think, let's make sure this is 19 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 exactly. Winner. This is not 19 bars, no trade. Not 19, no trade. Black lines down here in the gray area, crosses over the white gap, long. Winner. Okay, we're at 12 o'clock yesterday. This trade would be a break even for me. It got 5 ticks into the profit. I don't call a trade a winner unless it gets to 6 ticks or more. So for me, that trade would have been, I mean, we can absolutely mark that as a loss. It's fine with me. But for me, it would have been a break even. And then all these are disqualified because they're really close together. Okay, the losing trade up in here. This is maybe our third. I'm not sure how many losses. We'll go back and count more carefully, but we've seen a lot of wins, and this is, the first loss here. Or not the first, but, the third loss or so. So the black lines in the colored area crosses over the white gap. Sell signal, not a bad little short. I mean, we're still in front of the 50 XMA. There's reasons why some traders would definitely not, take advantage of this trade, but for our rule set, being a little bit more aggressive, it's definitely a losing trade. We got our signal way up high here, winner. You can see, look at the black line here, crosses over the white gap to the gray area, short. And now we're getting late in the day. So this is now after the market hours. So this is more aggressive trading, this is late night trading. But I just decided to keep marking the whole chart up, okay? So this buy here, nice easy winner, not 19 bars, so no trade there. Not 19 bars, so no trade there. It would have been a win. And now this is overnight. This is after midnight today. So this is 12:30 a.m. Eastern time today. Sell, winner. And then we got a bunch of chop here. The reason this trade was not a trade was why? The action line is not sloping up at all and never does slope up, so no trade there. And then these others are too close to it, so no trade. We missed out on a winner here and a winner there because of that rule. But again, I'd be more than happy to sacrifice a few winners to clean our win percentage up as much as the 19-bar rule can do. So the black line's down here in the gray area, crosses over the white gap to the colored area, long, boom, easy big win. It's the lines up here in the colored area, crosses over the white gap, gray area, boom, short, big, huge win. And then we take a loss here on the buy side, okay? Action line sloping up just a little bit. Pretty decent looking trade, pretty counter trend, but anyway, loser there. This is too close, not 19 bars, so no trade, no trade, no trade. The last two, again, we're weeding out a couple of winners, but that's okay in my book. And then we are more than 19 bars away. We get a long, not a huge win, but a win available there. Now we're coming up on the NYSE Open today. You see how long the line was in the colored area, crosses over the white gap to the gray area, short, nice winner. These two trades are too close, not 19 bars apart, so no trade. Then we do get 19 bars apart. Line crosses over the white gap to the colored area, boom, long, winner. Crosses over from the colored area, white gap, short, winner. Depends on, it's either depends on how you trade it. Every trader is going to be a little different, whether you get a short win or there's a big win available if you're a little bit more robust with it. Then after 10:30 today, our pulse line crosses from the gray area over the white gap to the colored area. Boom, nice winner. Roll it back short, nice winner. Long here is a loss, okay? Gray or pulse line here crosses over the white gap, gray from the gray over the white to the colored. Long, no dice, wasn't quite ready to go higher yet, so that was a loser. And we got a winner on the sell side, winner on the buy side. I'm just pushing pretty quick here because we're almost done, and I want to take the time, if you guys are interested, to show you the standard sniper too. Another loser here. Winner there, winner there, winner there, winner there, and winner here. For me, depends. A real tight stop trader, this was real late in the day, might have had trouble with that one, but for me it would have been no trouble. So let me count them up real quick, and then we'll look at the standard sniper. 1, 2, I'm not counting the standard snipers here now. I'm only looking at the arrow trades, the pulse extreme trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 1, 6, 7, and 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 3, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 4, and 5, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 wins on 5 losses using those 2 basic rules, action line in our favor at least a little bit, and the 19-bar rule. Everything else is just pure automated signal calling indicator. None of these, all of these arrows were auto-generated by the system. 30 and 5 over the last 2 days. Now obviously some of those trades happened during the middle of the night when most of us wouldn't have been trading them, but maybe some of you overseas guys would, you know. So John, win to loss is my average winner when I'm trading, you know, with it. My profit target number 1 average is between 6 and 9 ticks. So even if we call it 6, my average loss personally, again, everybody, we teach you guys to design your own trade management rules because there's nothing more unique and specific to an individual than trade management rules. So that's why there's no black box answer for what you're saying. For me personally, my average loss is about 5 ticks. And my average win, we'll say it's 6 ticks. It usually ends up being a little bit bigger, but that's what it is for me. So for here, we were looking at 30 wins on 5 losses. Is the 19-bar rule specific to the CL market? That's a great question. It is specific to the CL market. The same concept works effectively in other markets, but every market has its own unique characteristic. So for example, you certainly wouldn't use a 19-bar rule in the E-mini S&P, right? Because there are so many fewer bars in the E-mini S&P that wouldn't work. So the rule would be different. A market that trades very similarly to crude oil is the DAX. So the 19-bar rule applies pretty closely in the DAX, but other markets would have other variations of it. So you know what, guys? How many of you want me to go over the standard sniper? We've really run our course. It's been an hour. I'm willing to highlight the standard sniper here if some of you guys want to learn how it works. You obviously saw the trades as we were going through it. The standard sniper also has a very solid win percentage associated with it. And it looks like there are some of you guys that want to see the standard sniper. So It takes me maybe 2.5 minutes to teach you the standard sniper. It's slightly harder to anticipate, but not really. Once you get used to it, it's really, really easy. But it's, you know, line crossing from colored to gray is like nothing gets easier than that, right? So let's look at this signal up in here, this diamond. Here's what caused that signal to appear, okay? We have blue bars coming higher, and then we had 2 transition green bars. When that second green bar closed, if this market was painting in live, what would have happened is a magenta sell zone would have printed on the chart that would look like this. So this sell zone would have appeared if the market was trading live right now. And what has to happen for a standard sniper signal to appear is the market has to trade up into the sell zone, at least touch the lower magenta line for a sell, and then have a down close red bar. That's it. Down close red bar, we get a sniper signal. So again, blue bars coming up, 2 transition green bars. When the second green bar closes, the sell zone pops on the screen. We need the market to pull back up into the sell zone and then close down with a red bar, and we get a sell. The opposite for a buy. Oftentimes the market, and you'll see, let me just find another example real quick. That one's too similar, too similar. So here's an example that's a little further away where the buy zone would pop on the screen and the market has to pull back to the buy zone. That's usually how it works. In that first example we saw, it was already kind of there. So the second green bar closed, and then the market had to pull back to get into the buy zone and then close up with a blue bar to fire the signal. Okay? Very easy to identify. Jim, that's not something that we currently have. It will be part of the next release. It will be. It's pretty easy to identify. Honestly, you get very good at knowing visually about how many bars 19 bars is. You know, so, but the ones that are close, obviously it would be nice to have something to flash up and tell us, and the next indicator release we will definitely have that. All right, so going back here, I'm going to shrink our pulse extreme, and we're going to look at our OS now. The one main filter we're going to use, and guys, I want to go on record as saying what you're going to see in regards to win percentage for the standard sniper signal over these 2 days is not necessarily customary. I mean, there are a lot of days when it trades this well, but it doesn't trade this well all the time. I think I don't know what the win percentage is, but it's really high. You know, it was really accurate these last couple of days. So I want you to know that I'm not telling you that you're going to see standard sniper signals trading at 85% winners every day, because that's not, you know, the case, even though it was the case yesterday and it was the case today. But we have plenty of days, you know, where it is that good. So I'm just being honest. Okay, so the only qualifier that I'm going to add at this point, because of how successfully the standard sniper signal has been kicking, is the OS line needs to be sloping in the direction of the trade. So you see when this signal fires, this OS line here is sloping down. So that's my only qualifier right now, is the OS line needs to be sloping in the direction. This one was canceled because the OS line was not sloping in the direction of the trade. It was either slightly up or flat. Okay? So that's what we're going to be watching for. And let's go ahead and look at our standard sniper signals. So a great question came in. Are there preferred markets to trade and markets to avoid? So here's the main thing. The standard sniper, or the sniper tools, work effectively on any liquid market we've ever tried them on. The main markets that we focus on, there's about 6 or 7 or 8 of them. Gold, a huge favorite of many sniper traders. Crude oil, the DAX, the FDAX, the Russell, the Euro, the E-mini S&P, the YM. I guess those are 7 markets that we kind of keep an eye on most. But any other, the key is liquidity. If you have a liquid market, there's a very high probability that the sniper tools are going to work very effectively on it. Okay. Here's the next trade, standard sniper signal. You can see we got a slope down in the action line, short, winner. Standard sniper signal, action or OS line sloping down, not a ton, but it definitely is, winner. A buy standard sniper signal here, the OS line is sloping down, so no trade. And there was no trade here because this is the blackout window for crude oil inventory reports. Okay, standard sniper signal fires here. OS line is sloping up, winner. Same thing here, winner. Standard sniper, winner. Standard sniper, winner. You want to hear something funny, guys? When you look at how amazingly accurate and awesome the standard sniper is, there was like a 6-month period where we almost stopped talking about the standard sniper altogether because we had all these other cool systems like the Pulse Extreme Line Cross and the PEDC count and all these different systems that we were so excited about. And, you know, people would sign up and they'd be like, what's this dot? Is this, we don't use that anymore? And that's another thing that's just so amazing about our tools. The reason we have so many quality systems and not just one is because you guys are all unique and different. And I want you guys to be able to pick something that's going to fit who you are. And I just recently started highlighting the standard sniper signals more again because I don't want people to think they're no good anymore because we don't talk about them, because they're just as good as the day I started trading them many, many years ago. You know, they're awesome. Standard sniper short, winner. Standard sniper long, just bare, or no, that's a loser. We got 5 ticks into the profit, not quite enough. So that's maybe the first loss, I think, right? Standard sniper winner, OS line sloping up, looking good. Standard sniper short win, standard sniper short win. So you'll notice these standard sniper signals are often counter trend. So that's why they're not always the favorite signal of a lot of sniper owners. I would say there are more sniper owners that like the Pulse Extreme Line Cross than the standard sniper because of the aggressive nature of the standard sniper trading counter trend. Standard sniper winner, standard sniper winner. No trade here because our OS line is not sloping in the direction of the trade. Standard sniper buy winner, sell winner, sell winner. And now we're into overnight action yesterday. Buy, winner, buy, winner, buy, sell, winner, buy just enough. There's about 7 ticks of profit there. So let me pause and take a couple of questions, and then I'll keep going through the rest of it. Do all the indicators, let me just read this to myself and then answer. Okay, great question. So everything that you've seen, a question is basically, do all this stuff come together, or do you have to buy it piecemeal and that kind of thing? Everything that I've shown you right here is all part of the sniper package. So everything comes together. Guys, we overwhelm you with value. The reason I'm willing to offer a lease at such a ridiculously low price is because, you know, the vast majority of people that lease stay with it. Because they're overwhelmed by the value of the course, they're overwhelmed by the quality of the tools, and they're overwhelmed by the quality of the support our team gives. So if we didn't have all that, I'd be giving away this amazing package of tools and indicators and training for $300, and I'd never do that. You know, if I was wanting to make a lot of money and sell indicators fast, I would not offer a lease because you know, too many people would be one and done. But because we put it's as good as it is, we put our money where our mouth is, and we're willing to do that. Do you have to adjust the system's parameters for each market? To some degree, Rich, because the markets just have different, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, they have different scaling, I guess is the word. So for the most part, everything's pretty standard. but there are some things that have to be adjusted just because markets, you know, use different scaling and stuff. Does that make sense? All right, loser here. Okay, long loser here. Absolutely. So Paul asked, can we add our own indicators to the system? Now that's sounding like somebody who maybe already is consistently profitable, or at least they have some stuff they know works. Guys, absolutely. You know, bring what works, and you'll be amazed at how you can integrate things that are quality and successful together. Absolutely, you can add some of the stuff that you used and do that already works to what we do with the sniper tools. Sell up here, standard sniper winner, buy, standard sniper winner, buy, standard sniper winner. So remember how I mentioned, for those of you, the first 5 people that you purchase with a one-time option, save $1,600 first of all, and then the first 5 get the DVD set for free that we sell for $2,500. Scott, what he taught is a trend following technique. That's what he does. He's a trend follower, and it is awesome. That's all I can say. It's awesome. Buy winner, sell winner. Not big ones there, but definitely 6 to 8 ticks. This one was no go because the OS line was sloping up, so no trade there. Sell loser, so that was another loser there. Sell here, winner, nice 10 ticks available. We're getting near the end now. Sell, winner, sell, winner. And sell or buy, loser, sell, winner, and I think that's it. So let me count them up. 1 and 1, 2 wins, 1 loss, 3 wins, 4 wins, 2 losses. I'm only counting the standard sniper. 5 wins, 6 wins, 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins, 3 losses, 11 wins, 12 wins, 13 wins, 14 wins, 15 wins, 16, 17 wins, 18, 19 wins, 20, 21 wins, 22, and 4, I think, right? 22 and 4, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and that's it. 29 and 4 since 7:30 yesterday morning. What percentage is that? Probably 85%, right, or close. And like I said earlier, guys, the standard sniper does not trade at 85% winners every day, but it has the last 2 days, and it does go on runs like that. And as a trader, I recognize when it's on a run, and I jump on and participate. And then if it starts to level out and it's not as accurate, you know, I back off a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to take some time to make sure we get your questions answered, guys, and then we'll call it a day, okay? I hope you got some value from the first part of the presentation and then had some fun here on the last part of the presentation. While I'm answering questions, I'm going to bring up the contact info, okay? Well, let's let you look at that for a few minutes, and then I'll leave it on the contact info screen. Let's see. Do you use only range bars? That's a great question. Do you use only range bars? I can't believe I didn't mention that. Hopefully traders recognize that. I really should have brought that up. So the pure sniper systems only function on range bars. I've done it myself, and we've had many sniper traders play with it on other types of bars, and it's pretty exciting. There's a lot of value, but there's certain characteristics about range bars that the systems were designed around. So the answer is yes, the sniper systems run on range bars, but those that think outside the box have found a lot of valuable uses for the tools on other chart types as well. Great question. Is the sniper a swing or a scalper? It's a scalper. No question about it. The sniper program is a scalper, John, but the reality is what? Every awesome swing trade starts with a quality entry, right? So there are many sniper owners that will hold runners for intraday swing trades, you know, and get huge home runs. So that's absolutely very valid, and part of it. You saw a lot of the trades that we looked at, and the markets weren't even moving nearly as well as they do many days, had, you know, real large profits available. Danny, shoot me an email, okay? Let me go to the email screen, and we can talk to you about that, okay? We can figure that out for you, absolutely. Thank you, Paul. I'm going to post that for the room. Here's a nice comment from a guy. How many years, Paul? Paul isn't always hanging out with us in the live room all the time, but has always been keeping an eye for 4 years now. And Paul says, I've been around many different systems and other deals out there, and I'm here to tell you, Andy, your systems are bar none the best out there. So, hey, man, I appreciate that completely unsolicited comment. Thank you, man. Where I come from, 35 wins and 5 losses, 29 wins and 4 losses is far different than 5%. There you go. Thank you, Paul. All right, guys, any other questions before we wrap today up? We ended up pushing close to an hour and 15 minutes. Nearly the entire audience has hung out with us. I really appreciate that. Don't be shy, guys. Shoot me an email. Take advantage of the free trial. I encourage you to start your free trial next week. Don't bother coming by tomorrow. I'll be in the room for some of the day, but not the whole day. It'd be much. Fridays tend to be a little duddy anyway. So I'd love to have you start hanging with us on Monday. And you know what? If you know you really like what you see, guys, getting that Las Vegas seminar DVD for free, that is worth its weight in gold. No joke. So not only do you save $1,600 if you dive forward with a one-time payment option, you also get that DVD set for free. Many of you that don't take advantage of that offer down the road, whether it be 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year, you're going to end up buying that DVD because you're going to hear Scott and you're going to hear about his success and you're going to want it. So if you know you like what you see, why not get it for free right up front? Let's see. Sounds good, Paul. Definitely. Last question. Well, it doesn't mean to be the last question, but John has a question. Says, are the profit targets and stops determined by each trader? So we certainly give you guidelines, but yes, listen, you can't trade exactly the way I do. I learned that lesson 12 years ago. The guy that was teaching me traded with a 3.5 point stop in the E-mini S&P. And I thought, you know what, if you just tell me exactly what to do, A, B, C, D, I know I can do it. I'm a sponge, man. I'll do anything you tell me to. I believe that in my core, yet when it came time to actually do it, it was so uncomfortable. The stop was so big. And it worked for him, but it didn't work for me. So the bottom line is you've got to determine your stops for yourself, but of course we're here to support you, and we give you a lot of guidelines and support. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Anybody else, guys? Thanks for coming. Sorry for the hype in the breaking news email, but I just wanted to get your attention. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day and evening. And I hope to get an email from you, and I hope to, with any luck, have you join and become part of the Sniper family. Take care, everyone, and we will see you next week on a free trial, hopefully. Bye-bye.